Some small businesses can't afford a directory listing, but they have skills and they have talent. Their talent matches the hard work and the know-how. Their workplace can be from the kitchen or a van. The business might be set up in a home or a garage. You don't find these providers listed in a book directory, but you can find them on eqicaribbean.com, the online tool you'll need to search for products and services. Because as long as you are searching, we'll be here to list them.
Welcome to Court in Session. I'm here with the two Avengers and the Bajan Scout, Alan Pinder. We are going to take we're going to take a look at the NBA. We'll start with the East with Tehran, Avenger number 1. What do you have for us there, Tehran?
Well, as usual, we're going to try and track Ben Simmons' recent movements. Apart from going broke, there's been news that Damian Lillard allegedly wants him over in Portland, and let me tell you that they'll have to lose CJ for sure in that trade. That would strengthen Philly, giving them another absolute bucket, but he can't play D really, but the team's defense is pretty solid. And I think that Ben Simmons in Portland would not only revitalize Damian Lillard's game, where he would have to have the ball in his hand all the time, it would also be giving Portland a defensive player of the year candidate, which would be something they need. They need desperately. I think that their defense is subpar, and that can only help them. Yeah. So on the Ben Simmons thing, that I think that would be a good trade for them if it actually hits off. But that's the latest news I've heard on him so far.
So what about your team? I see that the Heat is having some issues.
The Heat are I think any team that is down as two best players is going to have issues, to be honest. Bam is out. Jimmy is out. Bam is out till at least January. And Jimmy may be coming back next game, or he's day-to-day at this point. He's a game play decision. So we might get him back shortly. But even when we get him back, Bam's absence is a very critical absence. I think that Dedmon is doing a good job, but Dedmon's a backup center. And Dedmon backup center starting means that the guy coming behind him is even less of a backup. So the Heat are going to lose some games right now. I think we have a great news without Ja Morant coming up. I'm hoping we can at least win that. Hopefully Jimmy plays, and Jimmy's also on my fantasy team, so I'd like him to get back as soon as possible. Actually, Ja Morant is on my fantasy team too, so I'd like him to get back as soon as possible, but not before I finish play them, of course.
Okay, Robinson is also struggling. He's also struggling too.
He actually popped off for 24 points the other night, so I'm hoping that's the beginning of. That's natural though. With Jimmy and Bam out, he's honestly Tyler Hero. Yes, is becoming that guy, but Duncan is a person that defenses already have to plan for. So I think they're just making him the primary source of offense and making Laurie and Hero their usual secondary and tertiary roles. So hopefully we can turn it around with a bit of health going forward. Also, there have been rumors that Victor Oladipo is close to. There have been pictures of him. There have been pictures of him on court doing stuff. So the Heat is always hush hush with this stuff. But they're not like other teams where stuff leaks and you find out when the guy's coming back, like accurately. Like they will tell you, yeah, he's 2 months away, and then oh look, he's playing next game. It's been happening for years.
They can't forget too much about Victor Oladipo because he's a real X factor thing that can really push that team over the edge if he manages to come back relatively healthy. I think that he's the real X factor that can really
70%. 70%, and it's a game changer. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So we look forward to the Heat getting back Oladipo and a number of other things, but the East it's turned out to be fairly interesting. The new actors now are now making the moves. So people at Cleveland and Washington will start for the first year. So that is the East. What about the West, Keelan?
Wait, hold on. My player and team of the week, real quick before I switch up.
Oh, okay.
The Bulls are on a 3-game winning streak. They've been catching stride without. Is Vucevic back? I forgot. They got him back, right?
Yeah, he came back.
Yeah,
he's very
he came back,
yeah.
and I think Conway is also back. So they have their pieces that are going to be playing this season, apart from Patrick Williams, and I think that has been a big factor towards them gaining form.
Sorry to interrupt. That's one thing. DeRozan is actually going to be over COVID protocol.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so yeah, I think that just happened today.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. Did that come out today?
Yeah, like literally like a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm gonna win a game on Saturday. Tough, boy.
That hurts.
That's the East. Well, who's your player of the week, though, Sharon?
To me, it has to be KD. KD has been popping off of late. KD, to me, is that a KD or DeRozan? It's tough. It's a toss-up. DeRozan's been balling out. I'm going to give it to both of them this week because two of them boys, let me tell you, it's hard to – they're professional scorers. They're professional scorers. I have to give it to both of them.
So you think that's the East now. And we'll move over to the West because we have some real drama in the West. Drama number one was a team get beat by almost 100. So what do you have for us there, Mr. Avenger number 2?
All right, my usual trending up and trending down. Trending up, surprisingly, are the Grizzlies, and who have won 4 straight. The Jazz, who won 4 straight. I can finally talk about the Spurs, who have won 4 straight games in a row. And after losing 15 plus games in a row, or some odd number, the Jazz have the Jazz like Rockets have won 6 games in a row, which has never been done in sports history, apparently. Like, no team has never lost 15 plus and then won 6 straight.
The funny thing about that is that their prize draft pick is not playing, and that seems to be the only thing that has changed.
He has not played, which is I know that's a good luck for your franchise, but but I know trending down is sorry, Mr. Darren Hurley, but the Thunder, who lost 8 straight and just got beat by 73 points. This is the largest deficit in NBA history. Now, funny enough, but what I'm seeing here and what I saw, they now have the largest home and away deficit in NBA history. I think they lost by 59 or something last year. I know they lost by 73, which is crazy. Ja Morant did not play against the Thunder, and they still won by 73. So that is pretty insane. I know what y'all think about that, but losing by 73 points as a professional player, I mean,
I thought the Thunder on the 15 team played. But we did have some, that was part of the drama, but the week contained 2 great games. Game number 1 was the Golden State Warriors at Phoenix. And then the second game was on the Friday, which was Phoenix at Golden State. So I watched both of those games, and it had a playoff feel to it. It was certainly, you can see a series between the 2 of these teams going 7, and coaches making adjustments, and it would be an excellent series. But I would like to hear about your opinion, Alan, about the Warriors, especially without Wiseman and Klay Thompson.
Well, I mean, when Wiseman went out last year with injuries, when the Warriors seemed to pick up, it doesn't seem like he fits their style very well. But at the end of the day, he's a high value pick for them. So Kerr's going to have to see if he can implement him into rotation somehow. But yeah, when he comes back, he's going to have to come off the bench, and that may be a better role for him potentially. But it could be a bit of a challenge given that when he was playing last year, they seemed to have some issues getting him integrated and playing the style of Warriors basketball that they want to play.
I think the one way in which Wiseman can help them is what you saw earlier up in game 1 against Phoenix. Teams with big body size. Because at the end of the day, as great as Draymond is defensively, at the end of the day, he's only 6'7" if you're being nice. Like, so I think, like, as you say, he really didn't fit into their system last year. But I think in situations against teams like that, I think he could give them some rim protection and rebounding where they might struggle against teams with Ayton or maybe the Devin Nuggets. You know, teams with elite bigs that could really get them problems. But
yeah, I agree with you, but that sounds like a role player. I don't think that sounds like
at the end of the day, it kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a
he might be
lottery
better
pick.
suited. I think he might be better suited maybe on another team. Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the Warriors still have their draft picks from this year. And I mean, if any superstar is available, I mean, the Warriors could package Wiseman, the current picks, and send them off to a young team. You never know. As an
Ben
option.
Simmons.
As an option, so you never know.
Now, Murray can want more than Murray wants more than
Murray wants
He would
LeBron
want the
James.
Splash Brothers.
He want
He would want the
98
Splash
Jordan.
Brothers.
He want MVP Hakeem Olajuwon. He want all of those people at this point.
so
He wants Ocean
who's
Fisheries, Keith Burkett.
Well, I think the Warriors GM is already on record saying that he does really want Ben Simmons either, though. So we have to see.
Yeah.
So maybe both guys are posturing.
So you know, Ben Simmons name has been linked to all the top 8
Every.
NBA, so we will see how that goes.
I honestly feel he's gonna end up in Portland though.
Who's your team last week, Keelan?
Yeah. One other note too on the Warriors and Suns before I gave my play of the week and team of the week. I thought that the Suns did a interesting job of putting Mikal Bridges, who's might be one of the best, if not the best, on ball defending the league right now. Putting him on Curry, and that's I guess one of the ways that you could try to offset Curry by being physical with him, putting length on him. He shot like 4 of 21 in the first game. He did have a little bit of a comeback when he shot. He scored 23 in the second game, but that game they have Booker. So, it's kind of but that would be a very interesting series in my opinion. My team of the week, I was very tempted, right? To show my Spurs some love, right? Because they went 3-0 for the week, right? But I give it to the Jazz because, I think they had the better week. They beat the Blazers, the Celtics, and the surprisingly good Cavs team. They're a lot better than I expected. No, they did drop, but I still think that they're a lot better than I expected. But I give the autumn blessings to the Spurs because they beat the Warriors this week, of course. But
Keelan's not going to say it, but Keelan's upset that the Spurs aren't reading the script.
Yeah, I kind of want them to lose because I want them to get high draft pick. But at the same time, I don't want them. I kind of want them too, so I'm conflicted. My player of the week is Donovan Mitchell. He averaged 33 points this week on 57% shooting. But once again, I'll give an honorable mention to DeJounte Murray, who averaged 29 and 9. And I think he's taken a step up this year, no being a focal point. Because DeRozan is gone, and no, he has to kind of really step up. And for the season, he's averaging 19, 8 and 8. So which are all career highs. So I think he's done a decent job so far of stepping up.
So who was your player the week again?
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah, okay. All right. So that was the East and the West. And the Bajan Scout, he usually has a little fantasy stuff for us. So Mr. Pinder, can you give us your fantasy stuff there?
Oh, just a couple of picks this week. With the Houston Rockets, as we were earlier, on a 6-game winning streak. And I think their entire backcourt is out now. Jalen Green and Porter Jr. are both out. So that's how Jason Tate a little bit. He seems to be available in most leagues right now. So If you need someone to pick up off the bench, you can probably see if you can pick him up. He should be available. We
Ron
talked about
actually
Alex.
has him on his team.
I had him the whole season, and he's been balling on fantasy the entire season. I'll just like to point that out.
Yeah, but he's actually still available in a lot of leagues, it seems. So that's a good job there.
He should be.
Yep. We talked about him last week with Kemba Walker being out of the rotation entirely. So he still seems to be available in quite a few leagues as well. You can try and pick him up. And LaMelo Ball, he is going to be out, I believe, with COVID protocols as well this week. So Kelly Oubre Jr., he's probably a good idea to see if you can pick him up. I think he's available half of the leagues right now. So if he is, you can probably pick him up. If he's still available, he's probably a good pick for you right now.
Okay, well, I have Uber on my team, and I'm hoping that he can give me some love so that I could get off the bottom of this fantasy run. Anyway, don't worry about my fantasy team right now. Right now we're at pick 5, and we'll see who calls what. Last week, we had some issues. Some person got 2 out of 5, and the other 2 people got 3 out of 5. We'll decide who got 2 out of 5.
We will decide.
I will not say it. However, on Tuesday, New York is at San Antonio. New York at San Antonio. I go with you, Alan, first. New York at San Antonio.
New York has been playing very well recently. I think we go with Spurs on this one.
Spurs. So Alan going with the Spurs. What about you, Mr. Keelan?
Yeah. Are we seriously asking me? Come on, man. Come on, you know I'm picking these Spurs. Come on. You know I'm picking these Spurs. Come on.
For once, I'm just gonna go with the crowd on this one. Let's go with Spurs.
He's going to Spurs.
Oh, it's Spurs.
Huh? Spurs.
Yeah.
I am going with New York just to be different. There's no basketball reason behind that. I just want to be different. On Wednesday, we have Milwaukee at Miami. I think Celine Tehran are ready for Miami. What about you, Keelan?
I might go with Milwaukee. Sorry,
Milwaukee. And you, Alan?
Yeah, I think the Bucks should definitely have this one, particularly with the Heat injuries.
So
I think Giannis should be back as well, probably then. If he's back, it's definitely back.
Okay, so I will go with Milwaukee as well. Utah at Philly on Thursday.
I'm going with Jazz. Jazz, I think I've been playing really well.
Okay, so Keelan again with Jazz.
Yeah, I agree with Jazz as well. Philly hasn't quite got their foot in this yet.
Okay, I go with Philly.
Yeah, I have to
go with Philly because Philly is the Philly. I just think Philly can win this one. Push me over the top. What about you, Aaron?
I'm just gonna go a straight 50-50 split and also go with Philly on this one.
Okay, all right.
I think Philly may jump that.
On Friday, the Cavs versus Minnesota at Minnesota. Cavs at Minnesota.
Definitely Cavs to me.
Tough.
Actually, I'm going to go with the Cavs.
I think Thomas is still going to be out with that back injury as well.
Okay, so you're going with Cavs still? All right.
If Thomas is out, I have to go with the Cavs as well.
So let's say it's 8 for everybody with the Cavs. And then on Saturday, Sacramento at Cavaliers.
This is the second week in a row that you're giving Sacramento love.
Again, Sacramento some love. Go give them some love.
It's the second week. I have no idea why.
Sacramento is
you're crazy, man.
I mean, they're not doing too badly. They're number 11.
After firing Luke Walton?
Yes.
They're not doing badly, yes.
Yeah, that may be connection to the Luke Walton, Laker, sympathy. I think that may be it.
Yeah.
That ain't no. So you're
be saying
Cavaliers and again?
Yeah, I give me the Cavs again. I mean, you know, Evan Mobley is made
I think you're wrong.
No,
key
to me,
year
that's,
right now.
to me, that's common sense. Yeah, to me, that's common sense.
Okay, I will go against common sense and again Sacramento.
For the second week in a row, for some reason, you picked the Kings. For
I
somebody who backs the Lakers,
go on, right? I just let
I
you know.
don't. Hey! A broken clock is be right twice a week, twice. So I want to hear that.
Yeah,
Twice a
twice
day.
a day.
I want to hear that.
It is true. But their clock may run up my neck right now.
I feel like a clock has to be. I feel like a clock has to be really broken to be only be right twice a week.
Yeah, they'd be real broken. Okay, anyway, that is court in session, and right now we are adjourned.